Awesome. Same link. Okay. Let's see. Morning, Michael.
Hello, hello. How we doing?
Good. How about you?
Good.
DeFi Dude is live. I am live on DeFi Dude. All right, I have that link already. And
Hello,
let
Patricio.
me...
Hello. Are we live?
We are.
Are we on the stream?
Yes, we are live streaming on YouTube right now. I will send...
How do I get the link? Well, it's
there's a new link. I'll send it to you in the private or in our local public. All right, so for anybody who's just tuning in, there are probably 3 or 4 or 5 watchers. I don't know. We have seen some interesting rumblings this morning regarding the Ethereum 2 deposit contract. Based on GitHub commits, based on Twitter chatter, and based on some stuff we've seen on Reddit, we feel like the deposit contract is more than imminent. That it is what can be more than imminent? That it is severely imminent, as in so imminent that we felt like it was time to go live and watch and see what happens. So I do plan to watch this chat. I do have to say, for my own purposes, if it does go live, I will. I want to make a deposit, so I will probably
Abandon and go deposit.
I didn't say it that way.
Could Hunter share the screen with the Etherscan deposit thing?
Well, so I would not like to do that yet because it's not what the rumors that we have not been confirmed, and I know that the deposit contract address is available right now. It can be found, but as a judicious community, I don't feel like we're the right people to publicize it until it's public, if that makes sense. I don't know if everyone else agrees with that. It's easy to find, and I as soon as there's an announcement, or really probably what I'll be looking for is for 32 Ether deposits to start streaming into this account. If that happens, then I say all bets are off.
So for your information, Etherscan has removed the phishing flag.
Really?
Yeah, which makes sense.
And so my intention is not for us to be coy or deceitful. What's more important than sharing the correct address is not promoting an incorrect address, because we can't take those things back. So I would just like to wait for some kind of formal signaling that what we're seeing is genuine and accurate and not evidence of something else. That was political, wasn't it? All right. I'm thinking about sharing the live stream a little bit. It's too early for that. Could this be a false alarm?
We'll find out.
I shared the live stream link in ETH Finance Daily. Is Nolan sleeping? No, he's up.
He's busy making deposits, maybe.
Well,
Wow. So
Afri's tweet.
no. What did it say? Let me go find him. I should probably set Offrey for notify all tweets. Oh yeah, Afri tweets mainnet, deposit contract, and mainnet Genesis time, and the Genesis contract that he's tweeting is consistent with what we understand. It's coming from the GitHub repo. The exciting thing here is it specifies the min Genesis time as December 1st, 2020, which is great. I'm still really waiting for that. Well, I'm looking at two things. I'm looking at launchpad.ethereum.org, waiting for that password block to come down. And I'm looking at the deposit contract, waiting for someone to submit 32 ETH as a successful transaction and see where it goes from there.
Right.
Then we could follow up on Beacon Chain to see if it gets a validator index. And all the while still watching, I don't want to say this out loud, still watching election returns. Not going to talk about that today. "36 seconds ago, 32 Ether. Yep. The first one is in. Okay. Nice. Somebody's serious.
Wow.
But the password block is still on Launchpad. So somebody's using a tool, or they're generating their raw data some other way. Or maybe that was just a test.
Could be.
Well, the account has just withdrawn 640 Ether from Kraken.
Somebody's going to launch 20 validators.
Yeah.
Gas is probably going to go through the moon here in a moment.
Well, he used 200 Chihuahua.
Yeah, that's
when the average was 40. So yeah, he might be watching this now. And it only used 60,000 gas, so it lots of deposits per block.
I was looking at 80,000 gas, so they got a good deal. I'm also going to post this live stream on top of ETH Staker, because that's really where we live. All right.
I don't know if I've ever been more excited watching screens refresh in my life, but it also not translating to like actual excitement on the screen.
Well, so let me tell you what's funny. And I'll share this internally. I can't share it externally because it has a lot of my addresses and stuff in it. But when Olympic went live, I'm sorry, not Olympic. When Frontier went live, when Ethereum 1 went to mainnet, I was so excited, and I was like having a little party by myself. And it's like it's the biggest thing in the world, and I'm but I'm alone, and then I turn it off and I go downstairs and it's like nothing ever happened. Right. And I'm like, how are we not like popping champagne bottles here?
I definitely prepared for this.
You're ready. I was actually going to treat myself to coffee this morning. But coffee makes me crazier than usual, and I opted out of it. So
right. There you go.
Yeah. In the fridge?
All right. What am I looking at? Don't put it on ice for too long. Gas is at 50. Nothing has happened since that.
So there's 3 Ether deposits coming from an account that just withdrawn 100 Ether from Tornado Cash.
Hey guys,
how's it going?
Hello?
What's up?
Just another day in Ether. No big deal.
I'm surprised they didn't redeploy the contract.
Did you guys get a new president?
I haven't been watching that. I don't know. Not yet. This is the same contract I found randomly 16 days ago.
Well,
so
it fits along.
I broke the news.
It fits with that whole ethos of not making it like an official thing, like it's just any deployment of the contract that is the contract is valid. So makes sense.
Looks like someone sent the first 32 ETH to it. Was not me.
Yeah, and the account has 600 more waiting to be sent.
Alex, you keep saying that. Hey, so
oh wow.
Go ahead. I don't know who has tuned in yet, but if you're someone, I see Trenton Van Epps there. Danny Ryan, if you guys would like, let me welcome you to our Zoom. If you're interested, if you're available.
I'm friends with Trent. I can get him in.
Okay. Well, and I know, I imagine a lot of people have other responsibilities that aren't just celebrating. So, yeah, I that's we get the luxury of having the party while everyone else is doing the heavy lifting in the background. Or maybe not the heavy lifting, at least the sweating. We're biting fingernails and they're
So Danny just confirmed that this is a real thing on YouTube. Have you seen that?
No.
I mean, we don't know if it's the actual Danny Ryan, because YouTube doesn't allow you to see who's chatting. Maybe we should be more careful.
Well, it'd be great if EF could get their stuff in order so we could start spreading the word.
I mean, I feel pretty like this morning has been a pretty organized flow. I don't think.
Well, we've got a contract, and some people are sending money to it, and there's no tweets out there from EF, no blog, like.
Well, it's not a. Well, that's one of the things I was looking for confirmation is like 50 or 60 32 ETH deposits. Like at that moment, I'm going to be like, oh, this is it. I'm watching are the deposit contract, the EF blog, and
I mean the address has been merged into these two specs. So I mean it's definitely it. So
there's.
I feel like it's legit. I don't. Maybe it is our place to. I don't think it begins as our place unless we get a green light to say.
Well, I can tell you the first 10 people that deposit, and if the contract's not legit, I'm covering their losses.
What?
There you go. Can't lose there.
It's definitely a legitimate contract. I have that hesitancy of being the first person or the first group to promote.
Terrence, looks like Terrence with Prismatic just did a tweet 5 minutes ago talking about it. So
Did he list it?
Yeah.
I mean, it is. It's the stinking. It's in the GitHub repo. It's all right. The appropriate thing is for us to hold our horses, and not let excitement get the best of us.
I waited 5 years. I guess we can go 5
I know,
minutes.
Right? What's going to be funny is when it's 7:30 tonight or 12 hours from now when we're still like any minute now. This is great.
So I'm preparing a POAP.
Oh, wow. CoinDesk article.
Yep.
They're linking to Afri's tweet.
Yeah.
We're a developer.
CoinDesk is getting better. They didn't call him Africa this time.
Africa? Africa?
They used to call Africa as if that was Afri's name. Hey, the Canadians here.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, good morning.
What's up?
I am sending some invitations to Zoom to people who I feel like may be interested.
Yeah, could you try to get Ben Etchington? He would be like our most. I guess he's Staker's favorite core developer. He hasn't missed one of our calls. He got the 10 questions of the Study Master program.
Okay.
Who won the quiz show the other day? Joseph Chow of
Joseph Chow.
Yeah, Danny was asking on the YouTube channel.
Cosmic Egg. Exciting release notes. Hey, Madison. So I feel like our best strong indicator is when the launch pad opens up, because that means that
Isn't it open
the
yet?
tooling is already in place. No, it still has the password protected screen on it. There's also an IPFS version of that. Let's see.
Does that have the password as well?
It does. Well, yeah. Interestingly, it looks like. Well, I'm not going to speak out of my. Say something incorrect. Controversy. Patricio. Calling my stuff a controversy? Ben is not available right now. His excuse is amusing, but Ben, when you become available, you're welcome to join us. We'd love to have you.
Is the excuse like he's celebrating the party of his dog or something?
I have no comment. He says he can pop in a bit. So I would say every moment we're closer than we've ever been.
What's up?
Hey, man.
Hey, how are you? Do you have any predictions for us today?
It's a busy day. Yeah. I just tweeted out, retweeted your sleep thing. Have you gone to sleep yet?
Yeah, I'm a sleeper. I get mines.
Yeah, it's minutes, not hours now.
Very exciting.
Good to know it's minutes. We were kind of worried that we may be here the whole day.
If you visit the pull request on the version 1.0 specs, you can see the updates there.
And we've seen the address and the min-gen time, which I think December 1st is a perfect min-genesis. We're waiting. I guess it's my request that we're waiting until the launch pad opens up before we begin promoting that it's actually live. Even though,
I mean, there's already a CoinDesk
everything's
article.
gearing up.
It's out there.
I was just on a call with a guy who presses the button to launch the launch pad. So,
yeah.
Who launches him?
Hey, Mariano is here.
Hey, Mariano.
Hey guys, yeah, I wouldn't miss it. I just canceled the call. I have in 3 minutes just to be with you all. So
I've got. I can only stick around 5 minutes. My car's at the garage. I need to pick it up before they close.
So 5 minutes, like, so I feel like, I don't know. I feel like you've got plenty of time.
So have you looked at where the who deployed the contract yet?
We haven't discovered that.
Well, I mean, it's, they ran it through Tornado Cash, right? So we don't. There's just rumors.
They changed to WikiLeaks.
Yeah, what do you make of that?
A weird move.
I would think it was Vitalik.
What? So just because it's WikiLeaks or any? I mean,
Well, who else has a key for the master node?
It's interesting. It's been quiet for 18 minutes since that 132, and I imagine that was a test deposit. Well, we said that one was 20 validators coming out of Kraken, right?
Well, I said 600 Ether. It's up to you whether that's going to be validating.
I no longer quantify this currency in Ether. I only quantify it in validators now. That's my it's the validator base unit.
So we're all going to be buying coffee with validators someday? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not spending my validators.
I was told XRP is the standard, sir.
Gonna walk into Whole Foods with just a bag full of Nux.
With battery backups on them.
You're right.
And Wi-Fi. They have to be running.
Right. How could I?
So I feel like there's a right time to zoom out and talk about what's going on. I know this live stream has been going for a while now. My inclination is that everyone who's watching probably has a pretty good idea why we're up this morning or this evening or whatever it is. So Ethereum, for a lack of a better way to say it, is due for an upgrade. The existing infrastructure is at times overloaded by transactions, and the need for a scaling solution has arrived, and Ethereum is scaling in two ways. One of those ways is by scaling on layer 1, and the other one is scaling on layer 2. And layer 2 means like ZK rollups and other services that are side chains that kind of condense and compress transactions and send them back to ETH1. But what we're focused on today is
Well,
layer
I'm
1
sorry
scaling.
to interrupt, but there's
Do
a
it.
new post I ran by Danny on the Ethereum Foundation blog.
What?
Oh, dang.
Quick
I'm
research
going to put
update number
it-
19,
I'm going to put it on the YouTube comments.
November 4th. Yeah, you know what? Oh, so he announces the contract. So
Well, wait, the deposit contract's going live?
That's so 20 minutes ago,
okay.
Whoa,
With
dude. I mean,
that,
actually, it's
if I-
19 days ago.
Oh, Danny Ryan just tweeted.
Has the launchpad unlocked?
Hey guys,
Hello.
Hey, buddy.
Hey,
Oh.
Buta,
rename
you just doxed yourself.
again.
I am going to go ahead and begin tweeting out the address. It is official now.
Yeah, I just waited for this.
Oh, the
And-
Etherscan people has put a tag on them with a link to the launchpad and some more info.
So I want
So
to post on
diligent of
ETH
them.
Staker. I'm going to post this as a main comment on ETH Staker. And what I'd like on ETH Staker, I'm about to make a new thread there. What we want to do is find sources that verify this is the address and then post those as a link.
So once
I'm sorry.
the launchpad doesn't work, does it?
The launchpad is still password protected at this moment.
Yeah, I'm waiting to make a Discord message, but
Oh, Danny says it's working on it. I mean, he's saying so. We don't even know if it's a real Danny on the YouTube comments.
We've got Hudson
I'm-
Hudson just tweeted it out too.
All right, so
Yeah, Vitalik has tweeted
Oh, and Eric Connor's back on Twitter.
it.
All right. So as I was trying to say, and please do interrupt me if something else unfolds. Ethereum needs to scale, and we're doing that at the base layer by implementing. I can't watch the feed because these people are laughing. Don't laugh. Laughing is off the table. Ethereum 1 is scaling with two solutions. Proof of stake, which is what we're focusing on today, and sharding, which will come a little later. Proof of stake basically means that you're going to send a 32 Ether deposit to a contract on the Ethereum 1 network and then be inducted as a validator onto this new beacon chain. For anybody who's totally unaware, this is not going to affect. Go ahead. Did you interrupt? This is not going to affect operations on Ethereum 1 at all. The new chain is completely separate and will run separately for quite some time until the two chains are merged. This means that there will only ever be one Ether token. Now, if you end up staking with a service, they may offer you a substitute token, but in general, for real Ethereum, there is only one Ether token. Now, if you go to a service, they may offer you something called Beacon Chain Ethereum, or they may offer you Service X Ethereum that they intend to switch for Ether tokens in the future. But for purposes of transactions, for purposes of main chain security, there's only ever one Ether token.
So if you are watching this call, there's a POAP for you to get on the ETH Staker Discord.
That's why I'm here.
You have to message the POAP bot with the word Serenity. Serenity as in Frontier, Homestead, Metropolis, Serenity, if you know what I mean.
Okay, I consulted you about this word, but I forgot. Is it just Serenity?
I think so.
I was going to the I was trying to find the bot when you were speaking. Your message cannot be delivered because you don't share a server with the recipient, or you have disabled this direct message on your shared server. Recipient is only accepting direct messages for friends, or you were blocked by the recipient. PoetBot did not like me this morning.
That's strange. Is it working for someone else?
Now, what I did was go.
Yeah, I just got it. Serenity.
I may have done it incorrectly.
I'm sorry, I missed the address.
I've done this several times before. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong now, but I went to ETH Staker. I selected the POAP test channel. I right-clicked on POAP bot and sent POAP bot a message saying Serenity.
POAP test, it's our internal testing thing.
Oh, okay. That's why. Got it. Sorry.
See the POAP channel.
My mistake. Got it. Thank you.
Has it worked?
It looks like it's good for me too.
Great. Yep. Got it. Sorry. Thank you.
The alleged Danny Ryan on YouTube said 2 minutes for the launch pad.
Stop calling him that. That's Danny Ryan.
You guys are
Okay.
trusting. You got to verify.
2 minutes.
That's right.
Gets
Well-
taking you for. Hello, Chico. What did Vitalik say on Twitter? Did he get emotional?
I'm getting a little overly excited. Oh, not overly excited. Appropriately excited. Overly excited is all right.
And it looks like Ethereum.org just updated the addresses.js file with the deposit contract address too.
Lamboshi, can you check out DeFi Dude's request in the call channel?
Yes.
There's a new incoming deposit of 32 Ether.
I don't know how many other people tried, but I had difficulty generating my own raw transaction data. I'm not afraid to admit that.
Also coming from Tornado, these people are privacy conscious. He's using 45 Shiwei, so it's going to be confirmed anytime.
I have a feeling today's the day, guys. I think this is going to be it. I think the deposit contract is going to happen.
Seems like it.
What year is it?
Okay, I'm serious. I turned on my screen recording so that I can record my Genesis deposit. That means it's got to be real.
There you go.
So on the Genesis day, validator cost $12,400.
Oh,
Sounds
that's
like
a
a
good
good
metric.
bond.
Thank you. Hey, Unvetica, I love the POAP. So Michael Geeson has been creating POAPs for us for the past couple months, and man, the graphics are just really sweet. So he does a lot of these for the community. I also know he has a independent design shop. Just very satisfied with his work and his commitment to Ethereum.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
While we're giving thanks, I don't even know where to start with the people who have put hundreds of thousands of hours into the ETH2 platform, from the original idea to the research, the implementations. So if I was going to give any shout out, it would be to, so first to Danny, who is the mastermind behind all of this. Not only is Danny really bright and really organized, he's also like humble and friendly at the same time. So he is just that the ideal person for organizing this implementation. And then the client teams that are currently mainnet launch ready, being Lighthouse, Teku, Nimbus, and Prism. So those teams have just worked their butts off for the past 2 years to get us where we are today. And so aside from that, the researchers, Justin, Vitalik, I hesitate to give a full list because I'll leave out people who have made huge contributions. But I think the researchers really are the power behind this, and we all appreciate their work.
And we give a special thanks for those that came to our calls: Afri, Proto, Ben.
Yeah, and that the ETH Staker community, we're not a quote unquote an official organization. We are people who recognized that there's a need or an opportunity for an Ethereum community built around staking. And so many people have just come to this platform to offer help and service and guidance. So I'm wildly proud of our ETH Staker educator team. They're housed on Discord. They're always on the ball answering questions. And I have to admit many times, like, I don't know everything. I don't even know a lot. And those folks will swoop in. And, you mentioned like Ben and other client teams who come and just answer questions all day long. That's really been great. I've also loved the support of Jim McDonald, who does a lot of key management. And key management's really complicated, but he's always willing to answer questions anytime about how something works. And with that, I am in the deposit contract. I'm sorry, I'm in the launch pad.
Well, I finally got it to load.
I'll be right back.
Yep, same. That's crazy.
Where's this at? ETH2 mainnet. This is like, I'm willing to accidentally, so I said I'm willing to accidentally. We should be so careful that as we're rushing to get deposits in, that we're making good choices and not being a poster child for mistakes. So if there's a mistake to be made, it doesn't just reflect poorly on you, like, oh, you lost your 32 ETH. It also makes the platform look bad. So take your time, get it right.
We should probably give a shout out too. I mean, there are so many people involved in ETH2 on the research and development side today, but like, let's not forget, a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, so many other researchers and people have worked on this, and we had a pivot, and that was a tough call, but I think it was the right one for the long term. The fact that the community was able to rally around that. What's that?
4 deposits on the mempool now.
That's fantastic.
Oh, it's like actually 3, because one of them is the first one with a higher gas price.
Is anyone currently screen sharing? No. Okay, so I'm going to clean up my tabs and begin a screen share.
So he got in.
Just a minute to do that.
Congratulations.
You want me to screen share something?
I mean, it's up to you if you want to. I mean, there's just a lot to see now that the launchpad is open. We can walk through the launchpad, show the address. Do you want to do it?
What should I screen share?
Oh, well, I'll do it for a minute. You can pick up when I get lazy.
All right.
Just cleaning up my tabs real fast. I think there's nothing personal up here. Well, actually, maybe my deposit's up here. No.
We have 5 validators now and 2 incoming.
Yeah, I also just shared the link to the Mempool Explorer. You can watch it in real time. It's pretty cool.
Oh, you have a blog native subscription? That's cool.
Yeah, you can. You got some.
I thought it was
free
a paid
events
service.
per day.
Okay.
It'll work for free if you go to that link as well.
All right. So what I'm
Cool.
looking at here is the actual deposit contract. It looks like there have been. So 125 seconds ago, there are a couple pending. Let's refresh that. Oh, wow. Okay, so we've got several in now. Since the launchpad opened, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 validators are in. I'm a little, so gas prices will be fun to watch.
Okay, so there's
It
a
will be
single
interesting.
account that has sent 5 deposits. The first one, the one with the 600 Ether. So he's really serious about farming those early POAPs.
Well, if he's going to pay 32 ETH for them, then more power to him, right?
Yeah, is someone watching the Tornado Cash pools? I think people will go through Tornado first.
Well, they would have sort of had to have. So one of the things that I want to encourage people to do strongly is, so I mentioned not rushing in to send the deposit, but what I really want you to do is to get comfortable seeing this deposit contract address, burn it in your head, and make sure that you're checking every time you send funds. Because like I said, there's a lot of tooling that has people directed toward the correct address, but there's a very strong incentive for people to mislead you and encourage you to send your funds elsewhere. There has not been an event in the existence of Ethereum where there's such a strong incentive to move $10,000 at a time. So for someone who's trying to take advantage, they just have to win one of those, with you being the loser, and it's an upsetting experience. So what I'd like to do is maybe pop back over. I submitted this thread earlier. If you want to stop by ETH Staker, I posted the address there. If you will share with me links to the correct address, I'd love to see those. I'd love to. So whether it's on Twitter, whether it's from reputable people, whether it's CoinDesk, I don't care where it comes from. If we can just coalesce that on the idea that a lot of different people are sharing the correct address and that you're checking the address before you send your deposit. Just because you're on a site that looks like launchpad.ethereum.org, it doesn't matter if you're not checking that address to make sure you're sending to the right place. With all of that scary stuff said, the risk is very low of sending your funds to the wrong address, but the risk of loss is high enough that it's worth triple checking. All right.
421
So gas prices
Ether on the contract.
So
Well, I have to
watching
say
this
that
unfold,
we don't have a nice distribution so far. 70% of the deposits are from the single account.
that's one of the things that's interesting is I didn't know when the contract opened if it was going to be whales submitting 1,000 or if it was going to be people testing the waters. And this is clearly people testing the waters. The contract has been open for what, maybe 15 minutes now? Wow, 5 minutes. And it's, I didn't know if it would be like a huge pending pool or if there would just be one or two at a time. It does look more like people are being careful. So it's, what are we looking at? 32 times 16,384, something like 500,000 validators, ETH required in this contract. I'd like to pull up this page. Enan, do you want to tell us about the Beacon Chain Portal? Are you available?
Yeah, so it was down for a few minutes, but it's back up now. But there will be a chart on the front page where you can see the deposits and also a progress bar, so you can follow the deposits. I personally believe that the deposits will be like the minimum required amount will be filled by, I don't know, 1 week probably. And yeah, if you want to verify the address, we have added a banner on the top side. So you can just copy it, paste it somewhere else, and just verify before you send a transaction to the contract. Besides that, yeah, it's probably wise to start on a testnet before going on the mainnet, and probably also to sync ETH1 node first, because that's going to take a few days probably, or a day, depending on your machine.
Speaking of syncing the ETH1 node, we do know from the Git commits that the minimum genesis time is December 1st, which is about 26 days from now. So I would not encourage this, but if you're otherwise ready, you can submit your deposit now and get your node ready over time. My validator node is currently, my staking server is currently syncing the ETH1 chain, but you don't have to have that up and ready yet. There's still 26 days, and I would honestly have it ready a week in advance, because there will be just this need to have everything up and ready and waiting to make sure it's going to run smoothly before the actual network goes live.
Yeah, something to remind people too is if you want to be in the Genesis block, you have actually do need your deposit in 7 days before that Genesis time. So it's not December 1st. You need to have it in by, what is it, November 24th or 24th.
I'd like to hand off screen share to Nolan or Michael or anyone else who is interested in offering that for a little while. Alex, anyone?
I'm still working on deposits.
How many are you doing? I'm going to go back to the deposit contract.
A couple more reminders for people. Killer Rhino points out in chat that the client teams need time to add this address in, so none of the clients are really ready yet.
I think it's positive to see that there are no invalid deposits, because we have seen otherwise on the testnets.
Yeah.
Well, and that will be, for lack of a better way of saying it, that'll be an upsetting moment. The reality is there are going to be some mistakes. No matter how prepared everyone is to prevent those, they're likely. And I guess the goal is for all of us not to be that mistake.
Another reminder for people, there's no need to FOMO into the deposit contract. It doesn't determine your order for when you're going to start validating. That'll be randomized at leading up to Genesis.
That's right. Anyone who gets in before the following distance. Now, I'll tell you that, as Patricio mentioned, the POAP, what is at stake here is a validator index ID. And now it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't get you any more benefit. It's just the opportunity to print a shirt with that number on it and walk around town and show people how tough you are. So that's essentially what any deposits in the next 3 weeks are worth. Hey, Noli, can you talk to me? Or actually, there may be someone here who is more apt to talk about it than either of us, about follow distance and which of these deposits that are submitted before Genesis will actually be included in the Genesis block. And I said follow distance, and that's the misleading understanding that I've had. I don't want to try to explain it because it does confuse me a bit. I'm okay saying that.
So
Ian
Alex
can explain it.
Yeah, probably I can. Alex actually said it's every deposit you have done by the 24th or 23rd, so 7 days before the Genesis, will be included in the first block. Every deposit afterwards will be activated. So like there's a deposit, there's a validator queue, and every deposit that's happening after the 24th or 23rd will be added to the queue and activated every 6.4 minutes. So that means if you have the 100th deposit after the 23rd, you will be activated after like 20 epochs to after the chain launches, if that makes sense. So after 20, not like 25 epochs, not 20.
That's not what I meant to happen here.
Yeah, I think if
there we go.
A more concerning scenario would be if you don't get any deposits by the min Genesis time, because then people have to be prepared with their setup for the whole time because you don't really know when the chain will start.
Well, there'll still be a 7-day delay after that. A 7-day delay after minimum deposits before the Genesis.
Yeah, 7 days sounds a lot, but I think if you have a bigger setup, it probably takes a bit longer than that, depending on your size. If you just have one validator, it will be fine.
Yo.
Oh, hi.
Hey, Danny.
How's it going?
Hey.
Hi,
Have
Danny.
you finished putting your validators in?
No. I don't have my hardware wallet on me right now, so another day.
Can I intro you real fast?
Oh yeah.
So
And I won't be
Danny
here long.
Ryan.
I just want to say hey.
Oh, you're fine. Danny Ryan is joining us. Danny is kind of the man of the hour. He is what you'd kind of call the implementation manager for Ethereum 2. He worked with the researchers and the client teams. He submitted the EIP to get Ethereum 2 included into Ethereum 1. And he's been working on this for several years. This is not the first iteration of this idea. So, Danny, we're proud of you, and we're looking forward to hear from you.
Yeah, and shout out to the million people that work on this and actually make it happen. But I'm super excited. Years. We've been working on this for years, and we still have a lot of work to do. But this is huge.
That's funny. I've been looking, and I know you've been looking forward to this moment forever, but this is really the first actual step of many, many steps to getting the scaling solution implemented. So as big of an accomplishment as this is, and it is historic, it's just the beginning of a long road.
Yeah, I consider it the bootstrapping of the proof of stake consensus, the vetting it in production, kind of getting everything stable until it can become its Ethereum's new home. But yeah, a lot of complexity in this step, but still got things to do.
Yeah, I love Afri's reference to this as the mainnet candidate. So it still leaves a lot of room for growth changes and errors, but it's very also likely to be the mainnet chain. So that's great.
Mm-hmm.
And what I wanted to ask you. Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think we're going to hit the minimum deposits before 7 days before December 1st?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too. But we'll see.
Hey, another warning to the community. Consensus just did a good tweet. Reminder to people watching: don't send your ETH directly to the contract. This is not an ETH transfer. You need to actually use the launchpad to do a correct type of transaction.
Wow. Yeah, and that'll fail.
Good.
But you'll waste some gas and some time. But that will fail.
Well, and that's great. I mean, that's great for everyone, because if someone is unaware enough that they attempt that, they're also going to be very upset to have lost it. So it's good that it's going to get bounced back.
Yeah, for sure.
This is just exciting.
The deposits come like every second. I think we'll reach it in a few days.
Ryan Sean Adams just tweeted, will we hit minimum deposits before we hit 270?
Yes.
The election reference.
Something I'll be watching for
Nothing.
too. So New Cipher just recently did their work lock a month or two ago, and what was interesting to see was a lot of people were trying to understand the crypto economics of staking and trying to figure out returns. And so I think what we may find is, leading up to that deadline for Genesis, we may have an immense amount of validators kind of go in and FOMO in the last 24, 48, 72 hours. I wouldn't be surprised to see that either.
And Nadasha is stable.
I actually thought people will exit Medasha once the mainnet launches, but maybe they haven't realized yet.
Yeah, there's still a few weeks before we probably are getting everything configured too.
Daniel, would you say it's maybe not dangerous, but is it wise to not do more than one deposit from one address so people can't link all the validators to one person?
Yeah, personal call. I mean, you leak a lot of information in like every step of everything you do on a blockchain. So you can try to obfuscate. I kind of want to see a Tornado Cash that has a 32 ETH denomination. I know people were talking about that, but it didn't happen yet. Yeah, if you're paranoid, go for it. And as they say, only the paranoid shall live or thrive. I don't know if they say that. People say that to me every once in a while.
Wow.
So Corey Petty just did an interesting tweet. He says the mini leading zeros at the beginning of the contract address actually ends up optimizing gas costs. Is that right? Does anyone know?
Because you can run a transaction without specifying those leading zeros, and so you have like a lower payload. I don't know. That's the only way I can rationalize that, but I'm not certain. Share the tweet. Very cool. I'm around. I got shit to do. Bye, guys.
Hey, thanks for coming. I lost audio for a minute, but I think Danny just took off. It was great to have you over, buddy. And I've lost audio again.
No, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it was just quiet. Sorry.
No. I think everyone is watching social media and Discord, so.
Are you going to put him in? Can you put him in? I need to mute.
Is there any dashboard to see how many single depositors we have? Because it seems that there are two entities that have like over 10.
Yeah, we have something. So if you go to
Beacon Chain to the rescue.
Yeah, there are 14 unique people depositing right now, or 14 unique addresses. Let me send it 1 second.
Is it on a public page?
Yeah, it is. It's probably so. If you look at the table, there are 14 entries. There are 3 people depositing quite a bit.
Thank you.
Did I miss anything?
Not really. Just showed Patricia where he can see the deposits, the unique deposits, because there are 2 people doing a lot of deposits.
Yeah, so there's some people with 19 deposits and 2 with 9, and every other has only 1.
Yeah. Yeah, who's that guy?
Well, my money, it's on Lamboche.
Oh, yeah, probably.
It's been so quiet.
You know,
no comment.
I was thinking we have done a great job. Well, we've done a decent job of acknowledging a lot of the contributors. And I know that Vitalik allows himself to hover in the background a little bit. But I imagine this is a huge day for him as well. And so I think we all owe kind of a debt of gratitude to Vitalik for first imagining the platform, but then sticking with it and being something different than a benevolent dictator, but being someone who didn't like try to keep a tight grasp on the platform, but still supported it to grow in a positive direction. So congratulations to Vitalik, and thanks for giving us all something fun to play with.
And all the fish.
The fish or a whale?
All the whales too.
Yeah, I think we will see a surge of deposits in a few days because people will go through Tornado Cash. That's what I believe makes the most sense to me.
Well, you'd think if they were planned ahead that they would have those, like we've been waiting on this for weeks. You'd think that they would have already had their deposits in Tornado Cash, or maybe they wanted to hold them liquid.
So anyone who's not really involved in Ethereum 2 probably gave up that it will launch at all.
Do you think there are people who are less obsessed than we are?
I don't know. The community has 3,000 people, or the ETH Staker community has. I think so. Wait, did you announce any POAPs for this call?
There is a POAP. Yeah, we should have brought that up. Bring that up more often. So, Michael actually does a great job, and I'd appreciate it, Michael, if you want to promote that for us.
Yeah, sure. So to claim the POAP for today's call, you'll have to join the ETH Staker Discord, which is invite.gg/ETHStaker if you're not already there. There will be a POAP channel. There's a sticky in there with instructions on how to directly message the POAP bot. And then you will directly message that bot with the code word Serenity. And then that'll issue directly your claim code for today's POAP.
Awesome. And I love summaries, so I'm going to summarize kind of where we're at right now. So we've been waiting. So we've had a lot of test nets for this beacon chain, and from Prismatic's early test nets, actually Nimbus had a test net before that, to the multi-client test nets. We had Schlessie, Witty, Altona, something, and then Zinc, and a bunch of test nets. And shout out to Offrey for being a great testnet manager and supporting the community in that way. And Medasha, the biggest testnet that has had some nothing at stake problems and some finality issues, which have actually been beneficial for rooting out problems with the clients. But for the past few weeks, the past 2 or 3 weeks, we've been ready. The community has been kind of ready, like things are working. We had the Zinc and testnet call, and we were ready after that to launch the deposit contract. And it took some time to get the tooling all lined up. It looks like that time has paid off. And this morning, about 45 minutes ago, the Ethereum 2 deposit contract was announced. Actually, it began with some GitHub commits, some changes. With that came the minimum genesis time for the beacon chain, which is going to be December 1st at 12 p.m., I believe. And so now we're at the point where we are first validating the correct contract address. We are pointing people to launchpad.ethereum.org. People are submitting deposits on this contract. Let me share that screen real fast. And let me find it. Sorry. It's one of these things. Oh, it's because So we are waiting for this 1573. It's probably updated. This 1797 to update to about 500,000. And when it's 500,000, we will have acquired 16,384 validators. And if we have the correct number of validators when December 1st. I'm sorry. Yeah, is December 1st? What's Minjin?
Yeah, December 1st.
When December 1st crosses, if we have enough validators when that day crosses, then the network will launch. And if we're still accumulating those validators up to that time, then at the moment we reach the minimum number of validators, we'll wait 7 days and then the network will launch. So I'd like to point out that the researchers and implementers are well on their way to reaching the goal of launching Ethereum 2 in 2020. It was an interesting promise that came out. It looked at during the ETH 2 AMA, where there was some speculation and no one was really sure. And then the developers kind of committed, we're going to do this in 2020. And they've really stuck to that and put out a good product. So we're all looking forward to the deposit contract filling up. And then we're looking forward in 4 weeks to getting together for a huge launch call. What did I get wrong, Enan?
Actually, I was focusing on something different. Sorry. What did you say?
You weren't listening?
No.
Enan will always message me later. He'll be like, you said this wrong. And I'm like,
sorry, I was reading something.
No, you're great.
You probably said everything correctly. So.
All right. Hey, I want to thank DeFi Dude for sharing his live stream with us today. We really appreciate that, and it's something that that the ETH Staker community discovered. We haven't really put the effort into getting subscribers on our own YouTube channel, and so that led us to look for friends who would host our live stream. So if you have an opportunity, it would be great if you would go find the ETH Staker YouTube channel and subscribe to us so that we can do our own live streams in the future. It was just an oversight, and we'd appreciate your help.
Ooh, I see a reverted transaction of 32 ETH. Two. What the fuck? How did that? Someone is sending deposits without.
Wow, look at that.
Oh, empty deposits. Okay, interesting.
But no,
Or
that,
just
that's great. If you're watching this and you're sending deposits to this contract, you must use, well, so there are other ways to do it, but the best way to do this is to go to launchpad.ethereum.org, go through those steps, let it help you create keys and a validator, and then submit your transaction through that portal. If you only send 32 Ethereum to this contract, it's great. They'll be sent back. You'll pay some gas fees, but you're not going to lose anything but a couple dollars. But if you actually want to participate as a validator and have a validator index, you must go through the process of creating keys. And I don't mean to ramble on. You're going to have a 24-word seed phrase that is separate from anything else that you've had before. This is going to be a brand new 24-word seed phrase. That 24-word seed phrase becomes extremely important. It can be used to recreate your validators, and it is the only thing that will draw your funds in the future. If you lose the 24-word seed phrase, you will not be able to withdraw your funds. If you have a validator running, you'll be able to run it indefinitely. But if you lose the 24-word seed phrase, you will not be able to create withdrawal keys and withdraw your ETH in the future. So I can't say enough. Out of all the warnings we're giving, be careful, don't lose that 24-word seed phrase.
Also, it's not recommended to use anything other than the deposit launchpad. I know Lighthouse put out a warning saying that they aren't configured to make successful mainnet deposits, so don't try to deposit through Lighthouse. Just use the deposit contract, and that's it. Don't use the clients. They may or may not be set up for it.
Yeah, and another thing not to do is don't send your ERC20 tokens to the contract. In last 16 minutes, we've already had a bunch of ERC20 tokens, including some Rocket Pool tokens sent. So, yeah, not doing it right, guys.
So we've been on this stream now a while, and it looks like at the top of this hour, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. The deposit contract launch has been successful. We're seeing lots of deposits pouring in. Hopefully we were able to help some of these folks who are sending malformed deposits, and that's a lot. It's not many at all. It's a lot lower than could have happened. But yeah, use launchpad.ethereum.org. Take your time, relax. There's no rush. You have at least 3 weeks to do this.
Now that you say that there are 3 weeks, Lambosh is already doing it.
I'm done. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Wildly exciting. Anybody else want to chime in? If you've been hanging out kind of silent, I'm going to stop this screen share. Any words of wisdom before we...
I know Fizz has said this a few times, but I really want to hit it home too, that those of you that are joining that are new to this and may have just stumbled on it and you're curious about it and you're interested in staking, reach out to these communities, ETH Staker and the like. We have plenty of resources available to help you through this process, picking through hardware, going through the fundamentals of what ETH 2.0 is from a logistics standpoint, from a logical standpoint. We are here to help you. There's no reason at all for you to do this by yourself or alone. There's plenty of support available for you at the ETH Staker Network, both on Reddit, on Discord. Subscribe to our YouTube page so we can get some live streams there. But just know that this is not a venture that you have to make by yourself.
Before we go offline, so I would like, thanks for reminding that we should promote the programs that we have set up. One of our one of our favorite darlings is the POAP. That's a proof of attendance protocol. And it's an ERC 721 token that you get for participating in an event. And Patricio Werthalter is the brains behind that program. You can get a POAP for showing up here today. If you go to the ETH Staker Discord, you can get there at invite.gg/ETH Staker. Now, when you get in, you're going to look for a channel called POAP, and you're going to click on that channel, and then you're going to look for the POAP bot. And I don't see the POAP bot. There he is. Find the POAP bot, right click on him, and send him a message that says, do we choose Serenity?
Yeah.
Send that bot a message that says Serenity. That bot will respond with a link, and you can click on that link to claim your POAP. What turns out happening is proof that you were a participant in these early events will, in the long term, give you credibility in the ecosystem, so that you'll be able to say, yeah, I was a part of that. Or people who look at your POAP wallet, they can be in awe of your wide travels. So it's nothing more than a badge of honor, but it is a badge of honor, and it's one that we all take pretty seriously. The ETH Staker ecosystem has a bunch of programs, hopefully not too many. There are 3 that we're actively working on right now. In addition to reddit.com/r/ETHStaker and our Discord, we have the Ethereum Study Master program. Michael, you want to bring that up?
Yeah, so the Ethereum Study Master program can be found at ethereumstudymaster.com. Right now, it is a 10-week course to, again, familiarize yourself and understand what Ethereum 2.0 is and all of the intricacies involved with the new network. And as you complete and learn about Ethereum 2.0, you're then eligible for a POAP. So every course that you complete on this platform, you then can vouch that you know this thing since you've learned it, and you can prove it with that POAP as well.
And thanks, Michael. We also have the Staker collaboration groups, and this came out of the need where people feel like they're overwhelmed by strangers and they're afraid to ask questions publicly. And not afraid, but really, it's also the idea of a core team. I have a core team. They are 4 guys that we get together, chat every day, and dream up new schemes and ideas for promoting Ethereum. And we want to support other people in having their own core team. And you can sign up for that the best place is to go to the ETH Staker Reddit and look at our sticky or our calendar of events. Click on collaboration groups. You'll fill out a form. Our friend at JH or Jared will reach out to you on Discord and connect you with a group where basically you have some people just to get to know and learn more about Ethereum and staking together. The final thing that we just kind of got started with is Ethereum trivia. We had our first trivia round a couple days ago. Lambosha, can I get you to tell a little bit about that? Are you available? The Ethereum trivia?
Yeah, it was fun. I nearly beat Patricio, so that was pretty great. But yeah, the thing was everyone was able to submit questions, and the top 20 people for number of questions submitted got to join in on a Kahoot game. We live streamed it, and it was just lots of different questions about Ethereum history and some technical questions in that. And it was a lot of fun.
Cool. And we found out that program was successful enough that we're going to continue it in the future. We will be looking for someone who is deeply committed to the program and interested in becoming the sort of manager for it. But until that time, we'll run it as a community. I think we've had a good day. Anybody have anything they want to share?
We're almost to 2,000 Ether.
And thank you everyone for watching. The 45 people still on YouTube. You're making this having sense. We wouldn't do it if you weren't watching.
I want to give a quick shout out to MC Masher. He runs the ether.io. It's a neat platform where you can basically create an idea or a position or an argument regarding ETH, and then go back and forth with supporting or contrary arguments. I'm having a lot of fun there. I plan to use it more in the future. While we're at it, DeFi Dude, who is our streaming host today, has a call every other Saturday. Can you tell us about your call? Because I love it, and I think you can do a great job promoting it. Great. Logan, I know you do a YouTube channel as well. Do you want to tell us a little about that?
No, man, I'm just happy to be here. I'm hanging on for the ride. I'm not here to promote anything. I appreciate listening to all you guys, man. Right now I'm still figuring out software and don't worry about
You're
it.
great. I'm glad to have you. So he invited me onto his show once, and I'm glad to connect. So it's been great. I look forward to seeing everyone in, about 4 weeks. All right. Thanks again to everyone for coming out, and it's been a blast. I had a good time. Thanks to the developers and the ETH team and everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Hey, guys.
Bye, everyone.